What's up, gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. So in this one, we're going to break down another text example. And the reason that I picked this one is because this is an experience that I recognize for myself because I've texted like this in the past. But this is also what most guys, how they text on dating apps. And you can see in this Reddit post, he calls it the average male experience on Hinge or whatever other dating app it might be. And he is totally right, because this is what you're going to find out there when you start to analyze text conversations. So you can see at the end of this conversation that he blames it on her, that the conversation didn't turn out the way that he wanted it to go. But I will show you and I will explain you why it's not her fault that ultimately he couldn't get anything out of this conversation. So let's start from the beginning. So she likes his photo. Then he opens her with, "Oh, you've got a tabby as well. My kittens are almost 10 months old now." So you can see he opens with something serious. I mean, at least he relates to her because apparently she has kittens, or she had a photo where she showed some kittens in her profile. And she responds with, "Nice." So one word answer, very low investment. And why did she do this? Is exactly because what do you expect her to respond to this? It's not really something that gets her to feel something or that makes her excited or something. And then he starts to give her some interview questions like, do you live in XYZ? Like, do you come to XYZ often? Just small talk, basically. Very serious, very boring. I'm just visiting friends. What about you? He gives more facts about himself. And then to that, she says, cool. Yeah, another one-word answer. I've been to blah, blah, blah a few times. Yeah, like 10 years ago. Yeah, how do you like it? Cool, and I don't know. And then at this point, he basically is like, come on, like start asking me questions or something. And that's what most guys hope. They hope that she basically starts to ask him questions eventually, or that she does the job of making the conversation interesting. So he's like, I see. Yeah, just to throw it back at her, basically. And then she's like, yeah, whatever. And then he blames it on her by saying, in a sarcastic way, "What a great conversation do we have here." And the reason that he blames it on her is because she doesn't ask any questions back or anything like that. So, and I will explain you why it's not her fault. Yeah, because everything is so logical, so serious. This is how most guys they're going to text. So yeah, what he should have done is instead make the conversation interesting, because the reason that she behaves like this is because she doesn't see any value in the conversation. There's nothing that she sees that she thinks, oh well, this guy, he stands out from the crowd. This guy, when I go out on a date with him, it will be a very good decision. Like, I'm going to have a really fun time with him the moment that I decide to go to a nice cocktail lounge with him or whatever, or to play pool with him or wherever you choose to go with her. And that's why she texts like this. Yeah, and you can see by her responding, at least she gives him a few opportunities to make something out of the conversation. He just doesn't jump on it. So first, with the opener, I don't know anything about her. I cannot even see her profile. But he talks about kittens. So I would have said, I can't decide who is cuter, you or the kittens. Is this a package deal? The reason that I would pick something like that is because it's fun, it's playful, and it's flirtatious. And I mean, come on. She likes your picture. She likes you based upon how you look. She likes you already. So that should give you already permission to start flirting. And if you don't do that, which most guys they don't, then you will end up with conversations like this. Even then afterwards, she mentioned, I'm just visiting friends. When a girl is visiting friends, like she's far away from home, she's on the dating apps, like why is she doing that? Why do you guys think that she's doing that? It's because she wants to meet a guy, yeah, for one night, yeah, I would actually say, if she's just there for a few days. Especially when I see something like this, you want to set up plans quickly, or it's not going to happen at all. And then you're just wasting your time with texting her. So when I read something like this, oh, I'm visiting friends, I'm visiting for a few days, I would have said, oh yeah, I bet, like, since you're visiting your friends, you're going to make a lot of trouble in the city tonight, yeah? And then again, like, she will say, oh, no, not really. Or she will say, oh yeah, you bet. And then you can start a conversation of that, yeah? And you don't interview her. All of these questions, where are you from, what are you up to, what do you do? You get into emotional topics with women. It's the same on dates. Emotional topics. You give her 5, 10 texts back and forth, and then you just set up plans. to meet each other. And especially if you know that she is just visiting for a few days, the moment that you meet her, you can pretty much assure that she is ready to go down for business. That's it, guys. This is how you create value in a conversation. The moment that you write her something like this, like, hey, like, I cannot decide who is cuter, you or the kittens, you will see that the whole conversation changes completely. Because the moment you say something fun and playful, then she will start to ask you questions. She does not start to ask you questions because you're a serious guy and you have a nice job or something. And if you're really struggling in your dating life at the moment and you really want to start fixing it in the next few months, then you can book a call with me personally with the link in the bio. And then we can create a custom-made strategy for you to get the results that you want in your dating life in the next few months. Anyway, guys, peace.